the College of Agriculture and Food Science of the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, presents the graduating class of 2021 Virtual Recognition and Testimonial. The officers of the College of Agriculture and Food Science. Dr. Virgilio T. Villancio, Director, Agricultural Systems Institute. Dr. Romel C. Sulabo, Director, Institute of Animal Science. Dr. Consorcia E. Riaño, Director, Institute of Crop Science. Dr. Lotis E. Mopera, Director, Institute of Food Science and Technology. Dr. Cheryl A. Yap, Director, Institute of Weed Science, Entomology and Plant Pathology. Dr. Dormita R. Del Carmen, Director, Post-Harvest Horticulture Training and Research Center. Dr. Amado A. Angeles, Director, Dairy Training and Research Institute. Dr. Fe M. de la Cueva, Officer in Charge, Institute of Plant Breeding. Mr. Melvin D. Ebuenga, Director, National Crop Protection Center. Engineer Emmanuel Q. Amatorio, Manager, Central Experiment Station. Dr. Cristino M. Collado, President, College of Agriculture and Food Science Alumni Association Incorporated. Captain Mauro W. Baradas, President, University of the Philippines, Los Baños Alumni Association Incorporated. Dr. Roslyn F. Paelmo, College Secretary. Dr. Barbara L. Cawili, Associate Dean for Research and Extension. Dr. Adeliza A. Dorado, Associate Dean for Instruction. Dr. Elpidio M. Agbisit Jr., Dean, College of Agriculture and Food Science. Our guest of honor, Academician Eufemio T. Rasco Jr., Professor Emeritus, UP Mindanao and Chair, Agriculture Sciences Division, National Academy of Science and Technology. Today's opening prayer will be led by Mr. Wyron M. Retuta, Agricultural Technician, Institute of Plant Breeding.
Friends and colleagues, let us all feel the presence of our great God. Father Almighty, the beginning and the end, author of everything, we adore you and we praise you. Lord, make us worthy of your presence, and may you forgive our trespasses and shortcomings. Dear Father, we thank you for this wonderful day that you gave us. We thank you for our life and time to be gathered here before you. We thank you for leading us here to witness your power of how you molded our students in achieving another milestone in their lives. We ask you, dear Lord, to continue to guide and impress upon them their role as future professionals, businessmen, and leaders as they take on the journey to fulfill the plan that you have for them. Empower our dear graduates with the courage, wisdom, strength, and heart to fight the good fight for you, our country, and humanity. May they be inspired and continue to bless other people while giving you glory in all they do. All these we ask in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever. Amen.
The Philippine National Anthem.
Bayang magiliw, perlas na silanganan, alam ng puso sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilagang pula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdiningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilin. Lupa ng araw na buwan, ating pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya dapat ay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, to give the opening remarks, here is the Dean of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, Dr. Elpidio M. Agbisit Jr.
To all the persevering students, our beloved Aggies who are graduating this year, to all the hardworking, supportive, and proud parents, to our speaker, Dr. Eufemio T. Rasco Jr., to all the diligent faculty members, and to all the men and women of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, to our alumni, of course, present right now is Captain Mauro Baradas and Dr. Resty Collado, to our partners and friends, a pleasant and joyous day to all. A year has passed since we were on lockdown due to COVID-19 pandemic. Many of the memories were missed, just like today. Usually, we celebrate the success of the college journey of our students face to face. But due to restrictions, we are doing it virtually, just like last year. Pandemic or not, your college has to adjust as your hard work needs to be commended and to adapt using new technologies for us to cope. With all our efforts, we are also evolving. Thus, no virus or other hindrances can stop us to celebrate these memorable occasions with all of you. To our beloved students, as you begin your new journey, I would like you to remember to always adjust, adapt, and evolve in all the things that you will be doing. We in the college hope that we have prepared you enough to face challenges that are awaiting you. In the real world, my dear students, the war is far more different than what you have experienced in UP. I know most of you are familiar with natural selection. Organisms that are most adjusted to their settings are the ones most likely to survive and will pass the genes that will help them in their success to their offsprings and cause a species to change over time. I hope, as the father of the college, we have passed on the best genes to you that will help you survive. I believe UP graduates have the genes of being perceptive and quick-witted in any conditions. Yes, we have taught you the knowledge, the science, but being perceptive and quick-witted is something that comes from within based on the experience that you have in UP. A common field of experience to all of us, how we survive the hard times. With this, I strongly hold that you will be able to adjust to any situation. Being able to adjust to any situation means you have adapted to it. Being able to acclimatize to rapid changes can make you more competitive, flexible to go with the flow. Adjusting is also a critical survival skills in this fast-pacing world where everything changes in an instant. As they say, those who cannot adapt to changes will not survive. Also, being to adapt easily will make you a great leader someday in your chosen fields. After you have adjusted and adapted, this will result to evolution. Each one of you will evolve to a new person, someone distinct and diverse from your batchmates, even from your family. After all the challenges and success, you will evolve into someone who can unfold your full potential towards greater feat, a true scholar ng bayan para sa bayan, who evolved to be this country's forerunners of agriculture, is what I foresee you will become someday. Our beloved students, I would like to acknowledge your efforts, your time, and most of all, what you have become today. It truly makes us proud to produce caliber graduates. Also, let me take this opportunity to thank all the faculty members and staff of the college who did their best to help our dear students reach the finish line of this race. And most of all, I would like to congratulate the parents who endured all the hardships to see their children up and coming. No work is harder than being a parent, and you definitely did your best in this field. I would like to leave a quote to you, our new graduates, from Tom Brokaw. You are educated. Your certification is in your degree. You may think of it as the ticket to the good life. Let me ask you to think of an alternative. Think of it as a ticket to change the world. To the Aggie class of 2021, congratulations. I wish you all the best in life. May all your aspirations come true. Hiraya Manuwari, God bless us all.
To give his message to the 2021 graduating class, here's Honorable J. Prospero E. De Vera III, the Chairperson of the UP Board of Regents and Chairman, Commission on Higher Education.
Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Hayaan niyong simulan ko ang aking mensahe sa isang mainit na pagbati at pagpupugay sa mga nagsisipagtapos ngayong araw na ito. Binabati ko rin ang inyong pamantasan, ang pamantasan ng Pilipinas sa Los Baños, na pinamumunuan ng aking kaibigan, Chancellor Dong Camacho, sa patuloy na paghubog sa ating mga kabataan sa gitna ng pandemya ang ating kinakaharap ngayon. Today, while the situation has somehow improved compared to March 2020, things are clearly from how they were before and would probably not go back to the old normal. We have learned to adapt and embrace the new normal, and there is no turning back now. I understand your frustration of missing a live graduation. Pero saludo ako sa inyo dahil napagtagumpayan ninyo ang mga hamon ng pandemya at naipagpapatuloy ang pag-aaral sa kabila ng mga balakid at limitasyon. At ngayon ay mas handa na kayong harapin ang sunod na yugto ng inyong buhay. You and your university were able to courageously respond to the needs of the times, move forward as one, and rise above the challenges. I commend your university for rising up to the challenge to continue learning even during the pandemic. Now, on the part of CHED, we acted quickly and conscientiously at the onset of the pandemic and devised ways to allow continued access to quality education through alternative modes of learning. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, it was my abiding faith as chairman of the commission to move and shift towards a policy of flexible learning. Because deeply I knew that our universities, our university officials, our faculty and students were in the best position to determine the appropriate learning methods to be adopted at the ground level. I knew that our universities were brilliant and just needed guidance and steering on the part of the commission so that they can navigate the very perilous journey to address COVID-19. We wanted to ensure that learning continued by adopting a policy of flexible learning all over the country. Flexible learning is a very simple policy. It is anchored on the belief that universities were in the best position to determine the appropriate mix of learning delivery systems based on health conditions on the ground, their coordination with local governments, the capacity of their teachers and their students to adjust to new modes of learning, the connectivity and gadgets that were available. As the pandemic moved on, one of our initiatives in the commission is what we call PhilChed Connect, designed to facilitate access to quality learning materials. We trained thousands of our faculty members in flexible learning in collaboration with top universities here and abroad. As long as we move together, work together, pray together under the spirit of bayanihan, and as long as we learn to educate as one, we can withstand all the trials we are facing today. The transition to flexible learning, I know, poses tremendous challenges. But staying true to our undying spirit of courage and resilience, we continue to explore and implement learning modalities that are innovative, that are new, that are technology mediated. As we shift teaching and learning processes adaptive to the needs of the students, we are proud of what you have achieved. And we are confident that with the brand of education provided by your university, you can achieve much, much more. Let me take this opportunity to remind you that as graduates of a state university, you are considered scholars of the state. Kayo ang tunay na scholar ng bayan dahil ang inyong pag-aaral ay pinondohan ng buwis ni Juan de la Cruz. It is therefore befitting for true scholars to give back to their country. Let your graduation remind you of the gains that you have achieved collectively and individually, and the constant push to do better and to be better as you enter the world of work. As you leave the portals of the university, I am very optimistic that you will become active contributors to the development of our nation and the competitiveness of the Filipino people. You have been equipped with the necessary competencies anchored on the university's core values. And so you must use this to make your distinctive mark in society by transforming lives. Never stop learning and continue to pursue activities that will serve as precursors of discovery to ensure continuous productivity and sustainability for future generations. Once again, congratulations to the batch of 2021. Mabuhay kayong lahat.
To give his message to the 2021 graduating class, here's the Chancellor of the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, Dr. Jose V. Camacho, Jr.
Isang mainit na pagbati at pagpupugay sa lahat ng kasama natin sa programang ito ngayong araw. Today is a day of triumph. It is a day of reminiscing, a day of excitement, a day of celebration and joy. To UPLB's class of 2021, congratulations! You have persevered through the obstacles and disruptions that have beset us all this past year, and will reap your reward, the title of graduate and alumnus of UPLB. I know that the past year, your last year as a UPLB student, was not at all how you envisioned it to be. Due to the pandemic, the majority of you had to vacate the campus and then to adapt to the implementation of flexible remote learning. You had stresses upon stresses heaped on you, but you have pushed through and succeeded. And so today, we celebrate the culmination of your hard work and dedication. Today, we stand witness to highs and lows, ups and downs, laughters and tears. That was your time here in UPLB. As the new breed of agriculture and food science professionals, you, the graduating students of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, are the hope of the country's agriculture and food sector. As the new holders of degrees from the UPLB CAFs, you possess not only world-class knowledge and skills, but fresh perspectives and innovative ideas to help find solutions to address food security and hunger in the country. The agricultural sector will face an even different future when the COVID-19 pandemic is over. And we entrust that you will step forward to help our farmers, fisher folks, rural communities, small entrepreneurs, and local government units to adapt toward a future-proof agriculture and food industry. Bring your precious UPLB memories as you cross over to a new chapter of your life. And let the lessons you have learned and the values that you have developed from the university be your guiding light. The road going forward is no smooth journey. The world is changing at an incredible pace. And we hope that we have prepared you well enough to be able to adapt to those changes going forward. We have given you the tools, and from this moment on, You must take the knowledge, the skills, the critical thinking which we have taught you and use them to weave your own story in this grand tapestry we call life. Keep an eye on the horizon. Try to always be prepared for what the future might bring. And strive to be kind and compassionate to everyone you meet. Ang mga hangarin at pangarap natin para sa isang magandang kinabukasan ng ating pamayanan at ng ating bansa ay nasa inyo ng mga kamay. Sa ating pagsisilbi sa bayan, laging isabuhay ang dangal at husay na pamana ng ating pamantasang hirang. Padayon, Class of 2021.
To introduce our guest of honor, here's Dr. Adelisa A. Dorado, College of Agriculture and Food Science Associate Dean for Instruction.
Our guest speaker this year is recognized for his pioneering and outstanding contributions in the field of plant breeding, specifically tropical vegetables and tropical white potato breeding. He is a member and chair of Agricultural Sciences Division of the National Academy of Science and Technology of the Philippines, the advisory body to the President of the Republic of the Philippines and the Cabinet on policies concerning science and technology in the country. He is also the chair of the Technical Committee for Agricultural Sciences of the Scientific Career System. Our speaker grew up as a rice farmer, but started decades-long career in scientific agriculture when he was awarded a full scholarship at the UP College of Agriculture. He took up Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, major in Animal Science from UPCA and graduated magna cum laude. He then earned his master's degree in plant physiology from UP Los Baños and his doctoral degree in plant breeding and international agriculture from Cornell University, USA. His career spanned working as a researcher and a teacher for academe both in UPLB and UP Mindanao. He also worked in private industry, the East-West Seed Company. In the government, he also worked in the Philippine Rice Research Institute, and internationally, he served under International Potato Center. At present, he is an active advocate of food systems that nurtures consumer and environmental health, adapts to climate change, and is respectful of traditional food habits. He leads a multi-sectoral team preparing a foresight for feeding Metro Manila in 2050. CAPS faculty, researchers, staff, and graduating students, please welcome our former director of the Institute of Plant Breeding, a man who believes in continuing education, Emeritus Professor of UP Mindanao, academician Eufemio T. Rasco, Jr.
Allow me to acknowledge the presence of Dean Elpidio Agbisit Jr. of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, University of the Philippines. Also the members of the Executive Committee of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, parents of graduating students, as well as the graduating students. It is customary for the university to invite older people like me to speak to its graduating students. The assumption is that older people are wiser. I hope I do not disappoint you. For this talk, I will aim to accomplish three objectives, the first of which is to tell you that you are a special batch. Second, to share with you my impressions of the world outside the university, the world that you will be facing no longer as a student, but as a member of the adult workforce. And lastly, to give suggestions on how you can adapt to the outside world. Let me dispose of the first objective. Whatever you are doing now, tap yourself at the back and say, I'm accomplished. Now I have a UP diploma. Congratulations. But let me add that you are unique among all graduating students of UP since 1909. If virtual graduation becomes the norm, you are just the second batch. If it does not, then you are the one of only 2 batches to graduate virtually. Coupled with this is that you spent the last 1.5 years of your education attending virtual classes. That is another first. Virtual classes signal a transition into a new and more exciting phase in the matter of education. It is part of a long process of evolution of the manner by which we are schooled. Before, education was a family and community matter. Then about 200 years ago, with the advent of the Industrial Revolution, education became the responsibility of schools. So we had mass education like what we now have with a standard curriculum. Now we are moving into a new normal, and you are very much in the thick of this transition. In the new normal, students do not have to be limited by a standard curriculum or knowledge resources in the university. Only universities can give diplomas, but they do not have a monopoly of knowledge. Today, students can listen to lectures of any professor or anyone pretending to be a professor from anywhere. Thank you, Zoom. In real time. Students can double-check information and ideas shared by the professor in the middle of a lecture as he speaks. Students can also shut off a professor with a click of a button. With the help of technology, the responsibility for education has shifted from the community and universities to the individual. The practice of diplomas given jointly by more than one university started years ago, but this was during the time when students moved from one campus to another. You may not be aware of it, but you could be one of the last batches to graduate under the traditional university system. So you're leaving a university that is in a state of transformation. Good, because you are escaping the birth pains. But before you sigh in relief, be forewarned that the subject of your chosen field of study, agriculture and food, is also under tremendous pressure to transform, both globally and nationally. The emphasis on food, as seen in the change in the name of the college, from College of Agriculture to College of Agriculture and Food System, or Food Science years ago, was the first signal that this transformation is taking place. It means that agriculture should not only be concerned with production, but more importantly, nutrition and safety of consumers. Thus, you must have heard of the advocacy for nutrition-sensitive agriculture. On the production side, there's a lot of concern now about balancing productivity and farmer income, as shown by the Ani and Kita mantra of the Department of Agriculture. It's no longer enough that the contribution of agriculture to GDP must grow. This growth must give justice to farmers who take most of the risks and do most of the manual work. In addition, this growth must not continue to sacrifice the environment. This imperative is best captured by the term regenerative agriculture. Regrettably, at the moment, nutrition-sensitive agriculture, justice for farmers, and regenerative farming are nothing but empty slogans. The reality is far from these ideals. The urgent need for change requires no less than a functional transformation of agriculture, from one that is heavy on productivity and growth at the expense of everything else, to one that is more balanced and holistic. Functional transformation of agriculture is a great challenge that requires a new generation of workers, one that can look at agriculture as a system that extends beyond the farm and agronomy. This generation of workers must have a working knowledge of nutrition, environment, social science, economics, environmental science, among others, if they can be effective in supporting the needed transformation. But more than this, they need to keep up with technological advances that impact all of these fields. It is my hope that your UP education has prepared you for these challenges and be the new generation of agricultural workers that our society needs. To be able to cope, you need to nurture the idealism that UP education gave you and continue to learn, connecting silos of knowledge and applying modern technology to achieve this transformation. Be aware that knowledge and technology across all academic fields are moving very fast these days. By the time you graduate, what you learned may already be obsolete. But if you learned how to learn in UP, then you are prepared. It is timely that the United Nations has adopted transformation of food systems as the theme for this year. The UN has initiated many activities that are designed to create awareness and catalyze action towards this transformation. Upon your graduation, this is your challenge. Explore the emerging body of knowledge and possibilities to find out how our own system can be transformed and how your own field of study can contribute to this transformation. There is a lot of information to digest, old thinking to get rid of, and new thinking to build. The most important change needed is replacing silo thinking with systems thinking. It is only through systems thinking that society will recognize the weaknesses of the present system and be able to formulate effective solutions. As you graduate, bring this message to your workplace, home, to anyone wishing or willing to listen. There are new ways of learning after the university. Employers are aware of the deficiencies of university education, which was designed for a different time. So the more progressive ones have their own training programs. But this is never enough and not consistently oriented towards societal goals. In any case, not all of you will become employees, helping others become wealthy. You may want to be your own boss. In any case, you need to continuously train yourself. One of the most effective and relatively effortless way of learning is joining communities of learners, hobbyists, and practitioners. You will find virtual communities of all shapes, sizes, and colors in social media. They inspire, share information, and connect people, communities, and institutions. There is little barrier for membership. You can join anytime and leave anytime. In addition, there are professional societies and established organizations. If you are not yet connected to these communities, now is the best time. My final message may sound worn out, but there is nothing more appropriate for a moment like this than to remind you that as UP graduates, you need to serve the people. But no longer with your fist, like this, the traditional gesture, but with your brain. You must continue to study, to be a responsible and credible leader that you need to be able to lead our nation to the great food system transformation ahead. Good day, everyone.
And now, for the presentation of the candidates of graduation for Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, Bachelor of Science in Food Technology, and Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Biotechnology for academic year 2020-2021. Here's the College Secretary, Dr. Roslyn F. Paelmo.
They have complied with all the academic requirements prescribed by their respective degrees.
Having complied with all the academic requirements of your respective degrees, I now certify your graduation from the UPLB College of Agriculture and Food Science. Congratulations.
The degree of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. Creslin, Sonia, and Alvar. Enoch Joshua V. Antonio. Trishan May M. Bacod. Camille B. Bacolod. Angelica C. Bubis. Stella Luz H. Cabalce. East L. Cosme. Nico Keno R. Cruz. Alexei Joy P. France. Biel R. Guillermo. Jetro Dean R. Javier. Carlo C. Mercado. Jillian S. Naldo. Daniela Jean E. Pamulaklakin. Jan Samuel D. Tocoyo. Neil Lawrence Z. Toledo. John Lambert G. Valenzuela. Ezekiel Jason B. Vargas. Rio S. Antion. Pamela Grace D. Apostol. Arel Adams N. Buising. Arex Jared S. Foronda. Michael Ray H. Guevara. Jiro Owen M. Humarang. Alea April N. Lagora. Bianca Maris R. Lano, Daniel P. Paningbatan, AG C. Serrano, Nico P. Sulatre,
Gel D. Alegora, Daisy R. Baruga, Hazel Nika F. Bautista, Shara Janelle B. Briones, Katrina T. Buenvenida, Maria Jorina M. Castillo, Noel Althea B. Castillo, Keith Amiel C. De Luna, Shaina Anakil H. De Maculangan, Jazel R. Erasga, Alondra C. Gapasangra, Ivan Timothy Glenn F. Gatdula, Reginald Y. Parado, Jose Luis G. Peña, Asmay Marie M. Pinto, Emma Ruth Azel B. Villaver, Bachelor of Science in Food Technology, Vito Marie Q. Alejandrino, Anafer M. Dumalagan, Samantha Joy F. Fabicon, Anne Mariel T. Hasela, Elaine Carla Joy A. Malabanan, Zaira P. Marquez, Angelica S. Sigawan, Cariza B. Isip, Pinky Marie D.P. Kalalang, Jemima Ruth S. Cosare, Nicole Ann C. De La Cruz, Brian Adrian L. Eugenio, Katrina Marie A. Flores, Justin May M. Lanting,
Kyle D. Aborque, Bianca Isabel S. Blanco, Karen Hannah C. Derequito, Maria Regina Grace D. Katigbak, Maria Eleanor Andrea V. Ladio, Ana Katrina V. Loberiano, Steffi Angelic F. Mabaga, Lane Micah A. Martinez, Kim Ruth S. Renomeron, Andrea Marie Micaela V. Simbulan, Isel Aisha E. Yu. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Biotechnology, Joshua Jesus O. Aquino, Reniel N. Capanzana, Vale Maria T. Castro, Angel May L. Conda, Dan Mai O. De la Cruz, Alvin Daniel C. Domingo, Rona Crizel P. Haukulan, J.U. Miguel B. Lustria, Vina I. Salazar, Nisha Zenel F. Sanz, John Emmanuel B. Tandang, Daniel Johan C. Castro, Philip Carlo A. Martinez Jr., Liniel J. Abari, Tomifer B. Agomaa, Aaron Paul E. Constantino, Karina May N. De Los Santos, Reginald A. Magcalas, Jaru Jericho S. Olivares, Maria Christine Jasmine F. Sabillo, Julian Luis M. Sigua, Joella Isabel D. Taginod.
To award the UPLB CAFS Alumni Association Leadership Medal, here's Captain Mauro W. Baradas, the President of UPLB Alumni Association, Incorporated.
Maria Regina Grace D. Katigbak, recipient, UPLB CAPS Alumni Association Leadership Award.
For the presentation of the Academic and Special Awards, here's CAFS College Secretary, Dr. Roslyn F. Paelli.
Rona Lucel B. Paukulan, recipient, Ugnayan ng Paghinumod B. as CAFS volunteer. Shara Janelle B. Briones, recipient, Red Cross Youth Humanitarian Award. Alondra C. Gapasangra, cum laude, recipient, CAFS Dean's Medal of Academic Excellence. Recipient, Gamma Sigma Delta Honor Society of Agriculture for Class 2021. Recipient, Joaquin J. Gonzalez Medal of Excellence in BS Agriculture. Maria Regina Grace D. Katigbak, cum laude, recipient, CAFS Dean's Medal of Academic Excellence. Recipient, Julian A. Banzon Medal of Excellence in BS Food Technology. Angelica S. Sigawat, cum laude, recipient, CAFS Dean's Medal of Academic Excellence. Vail Maria T. Castro, cum laude, recipient, CAFS Dean's Medal of Academic Excellence. Daniela Jean E. Pamulaklakin, magna cum laude, recipient, CAFS Dean's Medal of Academic Excellence. Recipient, DA Bar Scholarship of Grant Medal. Recipient, Gamma Sigma Delta Honor Society of Agriculture for Class 2020.
Now, we will hear the response from our Bachelor of Science student representative, Ms. Alondra C. Capasangra, BS Agriculture.
The final page is now turning. Our time in the university is reaching its marvelous conclusion, and we are now preparing for the next exciting chapters in our lives. Nonetheless, I believe that our time in the University of the Philippines, Los Baños will be bookmarked forever in our hearts, and our stay in the College of Agriculture and Food Sciences will be the most highlighted in our memories. It is a great honor to study and to be able to graduate from this institution. UPLB is the concrete that helped and shaped the foundations of our country's agriculture. To some of us, it is also a home far away from home. It accepted all our differences. and shape us to be who we are right now. It made us aware of the bigger issues outside of our lives and think of greater solutions that will benefit us all. It provided us with indispensable knowledge, skills, and experiences that we will always remember and be able to use once we graduate out of the university. It made sure that whatever challenges we face, we will always be ready with sharp minds and brave hearts. In CAFS, we are taught the value of agriculture and its role to our living and survival. We are educated about this land that continues to give us life. We are reminded of our hard-working farmers and agricultural workers. As graduates, we must head straight on the battlefield, remove the roots of the broken system, and improve the state of agriculture for the betterment of all Filipinos. We must break the wheel that keeps on trampling the lives and livelihood of our farmers, and remove the stereotypes that discourages the youth from taking agriculture courses. The future is always uncertain, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. We must take on the challenge to be better for ourselves and for everyone else. Graduating from the university is no easy feat. To everyone that made this dream come to reality, I would love to show our appreciation. Thank you to our professors, faculty members, and staff, to our titos and titas of CAPS, to our found family in the university, and lastly, to the Filipino people that made it all possible. You have done well, and now it is our time to return the favor with honor and excellence.
To give us a special number, a member of the 2021 CAFS graduating class. Please welcome Mr. Alangelico O. San Pascual. Parang kailan lang ang mga pangarap ko'y kay hirap abutin. Dahil sa inyo, napunta ako sa aking nais marating. Nais ko kayong pasalamatan kahit man lamang isang awitin. Parang kailan lang, halos ako ay magpalimos sa lansangan. Dahil sa inyo, ang aking tiyan at ang bulsa'y nagkalaman. Kaya't itong awiting aking inaawit, nais kong kayo ang handugan. Tatanda at lilipas rin ako, ngunit mayroong awiting iwanan sa inyong alaala. Dahil minsan tayo'y nagkasama. Parang kailan lang ang mga awitin ko ay ayaw pakinggan. Dahil sa inyo, narinig ang isip ko at naintindihan. Dahil dito'y ibig ko kayong ituring na matalik kong kaibigan. Tatanda at lilipas rin ako, ngunit mayroong awiting iwanan sa inyong alaala. Dahil minsan tayo'y nagkasama. Tatanda at lilipas rin ako, ngunit mayroong awiting Madalas rin ako, ngunit mayroong awiting iiwanan sa inyong alaala. Dahil minsan tayo'y nagkasama. And now, here are the candidates of graduation for MS and PhD.
For the degree of Master of Science in Agronomy, Alice Teta Congo, Jose Arnel O. Reyes, Caterina M. Vargas, Brenelyn E. Lemosero. For the degree of Master of Science in Animal Science, Kevin Roland A. Maranan, Adelia Gafira Putri, Angelica P. Maderse, Babylin A. Mool, Rafael B. Nepomuceno, Ricofort Henry P. Talyud, Seth Vincent M. Valdez. For the degree of Master of Science in Entomology, Anthony S. Agravante, Kathleen T. Dizon, PJ A. Rehuso. For the degree of Master of Science in Food Science, Maria Cristina R. Ilano, Crystal June D. Sartagoda, Iris Joy V. Abrigo. For the degree of Master of Science in Horticulture, Hannah R. Asoge, Alangelico O. San Pascual. For the degree of Master of Science in Plant Breeding, Kamal Bataray, Micah Benice S. Gregorio, Corinne Mira M. Marfori Nazarea, Graciela B. Oquias. For the degree of Master of Science in Plant Genetic Resources, Jess Brian M. Alvarino, Ison A. Kalimpang.
For the degree of Master of Science in Plant Pathology, Charles A. Castro, Gestoni O. Gailo, Jeremy Roy Agustos, Christine C. Gonzaga, Ellen T. Makay, Ira F. Huaje. For the degree of Master of Science in Soil Science, Mary Rose L. Echavarria, Rosel E. Madayag, Leandro D. Ocasyon, John Lester V. Pide, Florinda C. Tiwan. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Agronomy, Angeli Rose L. Lumba, Agostino da Conha Moniz, Jason O. Villamor. For
For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Science, Manuel D. Gakutan Jr., Micalito A. Naldo, Josephine N. Nocon, Leonilo B. Abelia, Roxanne G. Digula Barion, Benjamin Ruel G. Marte. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Entomology, Manilen C. Alde, Gina B. Balieras. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Soil Science, Michelle Ann M. Kalubakib. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Plant Breeding, Florence L. Zapico.
Here's the response from our Master of Science student representative, Miss Kathleen T. Dizon, Master of Science in Entomology.
As what was written in the Bible, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 11, He hath made everything beautiful in His time. It does not matter how long it took us to where we are now, but what matters are the experiences, the events, and the people that all contributed to this milestone. As cliche as it may sound, more than the degree we earn, it is the journey that makes everything complete. Let me take this opportunity to thank all the people that contributed in one way or another to this achievement. My heart goes to all of those who journeyed with me, my academic committee, Dr. Barbara Kawili, Dr. Virginia Ocampo, Dr. Florinia Merca, and Dr. Edwin Alcantara. My professors in entomology and biochemistry, my friends, my EBBC churchmates, my Kitanlad family, my own family, and most especially the Almighty that hath made everything perfect and beautiful. Amidst the ecstatic feeling that we are in, let us not forget what lies ahead. The past years have not been good to everyone. The pandemic, the political climate, strong typhoons, and economic downfall all took their toll. Now more than ever, we are called to serve. As what national scientist Dr. Emil Q. Javier shared, I know enough of science to understand that it has many potential useful applications. Our potential has been confirmed by the degree we earned. Let us take a leap. Let us apply what we learned to help not only the people that we love, but the community where we are in. Patak-patak, nagiging dagat. Tuldok-tuldok, nagiging bundok. No matter how small our service is in the eyes of other people, it is important that we are giving our best to serve. Padayon mga kapwa scholar ng bayan para sa bayan.
Here's the response from our Doctor of Philosophy student representative, Ms. Roxanne G. Degula Barion, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Science.
To our Dean in the College of Agriculture and Food Sciences, Dr. Elpidio Agbisit, to the Director of the Institute of Plant Breeding, to all the professors and non-teaching staffs of IPB, family members, parents, and fellow graduates, a pleasant afternoon and my sincerest gratitude to all of your contributions. I am truly humbled and thankful for the opportunity to deliver a message this afternoon. I am overwhelmed with all the appreciations that I'm getting. The College of Agriculture, now College of Agriculture and Food Sciences, has been my home for exactly 20 years now. As I entered UPLB in 2001, which I only realized as I wrote this message. During those 20 years, I realized that UPLB and CAFs are indeed my home, my second family. Each family members will leave for a while to discover our own paths, professions, our careers, but we'll always go back home. The values, the culture, the discipline, and the training here in UP is indeed challenging, but will definitely equip you to be ready on your new responsibilities. We may not understand why we need to undergo these hardships, but you'll soon realize that the trainings that we had here in UPLB are all worth it. Our families, professors, and advisors dedicated their time, knowledge, and health to mold each one of us. I hope as we graduate, as we reach for our dreams, we won't forget na tayo ay mga scholar ng bayan. I also hope that the selfless volunteerism inculcated to us to serve our fellow countrymen will remain as we achieve our goals. Let us put into practice the values instilled to us. Honor and excellence at all times, as we represent our alma mater, the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. Let us make our College of Agriculture and Food Sciences of UPLB proud. Let us make our country proud. Maraming salamat po and congratulations to all. To God be all the glory.
For the oath of membership to the College of Agriculture and Food Science Alumni Association Incorporated and closing remarks, here's the newly elected president of the CAFS AA, Dr. Cristino M. Collado.
Please raise your right hand. I state your name, do solemnly swear to uphold the honorable traditions of the College of Agriculture and Food Science and its illustrious ancestors. Imbued by the spirit of their historical mission to serve the needs of students of diverse backgrounds, I will endeavor to earn my own place among alumni who, by their devotion to this ideal, have brought recognition and honor to the college. As an scholar para sa bayan, I will support and maintain the mission, vision, and principles of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, and commit myself to the highest standards of service to humanity wherever my life touches that of others. So help me God. To you, 2021 graduates of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, tanggapin ninyo ang aking malugod na pagbati sa inyong pagtatapos. A big congratulations to everyone. As soon as you have folded your supply, your new identity starts. Maaari na ninyong ipagsigawan ng buong pagmamalaki na graduate na ako. Taglay ko na ang tatak UPLB. At this point, allow me to remind you that being a graduate of UPLB carries a lot of responsibilities. Please remember that wherever you go, you are the face of UPLB. Marami kayong dapat tandaan. At isa dito ay ang paglingon sa inyong pinanggalingan. Patuloy ninyong pasalamatan ang inyong mga professors na siyang naging dahilan kung bakit nagsipagtapos kayo ngayon. Someday, you will reach a level of success that will enable you to share your blessings. Please remember the needs of UPLB. Marami at dadami pa ang nangangailangan ng inyong tulong. Sikapin ninyong makapagbigay ng isang bagay na tunay na kinakailangan sa ating pamantasan. Kapag nagawa ninyo ito, gayahin ninyo ang oblation. Tumingala kayo ng nakadipa at buong pagmamalaki ninyong sabihin sa sino man makakarinig na UPLB, naka-payback na ako. God bless you all.
Isang maalab na pagbati, mga Iskot-Iska.
Isang makabuluhang pagtatapos, mga kaagi 2021.
Yakapin ang lahat ng hamon para sa sambayanan.
Paglingkuran mo ang sambayanan.
Unahin ang pagsisilbi sa bayan.
Serbisyong totoo para sa bayan.
Scholar ng bayan.
Para sa bayan.
Para sa bayan, August 2021.
2021 graduates. Serve the people.
Let us serve the people.
Serve the people.
Go and serve the Filipino people.
Padayon, Class 2021, serve the people.
Congratulations, graduates. Padayon.
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 Pagpupugay sa bagong graduates ng bayan, padayon!
Congratulations, Agi 2021. Padayon.
Thank you very much for sharing this special day with the College of Agriculture and Food Science. Congratulations, CAF's Class of 2021. Padayon and serve the people.